Alright, welcome back everybody. Just started up the Darktide closed beta and click through the classes here real quick, but I am starting as a Psyker. I really liked playing Sienna. I like playing everything in Vermintide too, but I really liked Sienna, so it was one of the most underutilized characters I think in the game. So I'm gonna hop into Psyker first. Plan on going through everybody at least a little bit in the beta here, but get into the details here. So, Psyker, Psykinetic. I'm guessing this is like a class or an archetype. I'm not sure what they call it in this game. Psychic mutants, or Psykers, draw power from the Immaterium to fuel their formidable mental abilities. They are viewed with suspicion as witches throughout the Imperium. I have limited 40k lore. In anticipation of this game coming out, I've been reading, mostly watching videos, I should say. That tell me a little bit about it. 40k game seems pretty messed up. The video on the right there, we just saw a blast look like the Conflag staff from Vermintide 2, which I did enjoy some of the times when that staff was at its peak of power, but not my most used staff for sure. But let's see. Warp charges, versatile and stable. Your psychinetic mastery allows you to manipulate the fundamental forces of motion with the power of your mind, empowering your allies even as you weaken your foes and exploding the odd head or two in the bargain. Into the bargain. Alright. So ability, Psykinetic's Wrath, reset the perils of the warp meter to 0 and stagger enemies in front of you. Interesting, so that sounds sort of like the ult from Unchained in Vermintide 2, except for this is something that just hits in front of you instead of 360 degrees, so you can kind of blow up and discharge your meter forward in this game. I wonder what kind of range that has. Iconic. Warp Siphon, so I'm guessing these look like passives of some kind. So Warp Siphon, killing an enemy with Brain Burst earns a warp charge. Each charge grants 3% damage. Warp charges are retained for 20 seconds. I wonder if when you get another stack, it resets that 20 seconds, or if no matter what, the first one that you did drops off after 20 seconds. That'd be interesting to see. You can store up to 4 warp charges. Inner Tranquility, reduce peril generated by 10%, so you build up your meter slower. Blitz. Don't know what Blitz means. Not sure. Is that like a grenade? Let's see. What's it called on something like this guy? No, yeah. So Blitz is a frag grenade on the Zealot. Blitz is a stun grenade, right? On the Ogren. Blitz is grenade box. Just throws the whole box. Alright. Good for the Ogren. Ogren's doing Ogren things. What do you know? Alright, so my grenade, Blitz, is Brain Burst. Target an enemy after short duration. This ability deals a high amount of damage to the target. So single target, just like we've seen in the videos. So no surprises there for anybody who's watched trailers. Kinetic Presence. Allies in coherency gain 10% damage. Elite enemies. So coherency, I wonder if this means something like proximity. So there's probably going to be a lot of vocabulary to learn in this game. And unique weapons, the Force Swords and the Force Staves. I'm going to hop in there. What the? Homeworld. Different settlements, colonies, one place you call home. Okay. So, Crucis, Second World of the Mobian Domain, Shrine World, Pilgrimage, the Forest Moon. I don't know if this matters. Agri World, Crops. Driving Industrial World. Okay. Ocean World. Naval stuff. That's where we started at. The first option. Fortress World. Dark Imperium. Start when that place fell. Grim mining world, hellish conditions. New colonized self-sustaining world, natural resources. That's supposed to be like Earth. Alright. I'm kind of a mystical type character. Maybe I'll go for Crucis. Considered the second world of the Mobian domain, Crucis is a large shrine world and a popular destination for pilgrimages. That's where I'm from. Childhood. Alright, so there's a lot more customization in this game compared to Vermintide. One's character is defined by childhood experience, or so they say. Like so many others in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, you had a tough upbringing, but unlike many, you got through it, with the scars to prove it. Pardon, I still have a cold. Alright, let's see. Shrine Guard. Our religious fanatical Xenos-hating militia sworn to defend the tenets and temples of Saint Melicinia to the death. So my understanding is that in 40k lore, Xenos is basically anything that isn't human. It's aliens. Militia Lackey. The pressed youth of a bunch of militia rarely achieve any rank nor garner any glory. If they're lucky, they might see some survival skills. Okay. Apprentice Scribe. Prolific of all offices, the Adeptus Administratum. Bureaucratic monolith made of uncountable lesser departments charged with the governance of the Imperium. Saint Polisher. Polish statues. Adept to undertake the routine cleaning of these enormous idols. Alright. Parents and orphanages believing such process can only be beneficial. I don't know. Go with the Shrine Guard. A lot of options for folk like you growing up, but if you had to find your way to overcome the trials of youth by fair means or foul. Okay. Needs from Imperium exact heavy toll with mass industry, vast dead zones. Okay. Isolated. The arbitrary bureaucratic decrees on Adeptus Administratum can draft to displace the populace of entire hat block, often for no discernible reason. Self-reliance. By toil. Back to strong laborers. My other worker. Grinding. Be it. Seems sort of similar to the Forged by Toil. This grinding toil. Forged by Toil, outcast, imperial citizens sought to hate and fear mutants and witches. Well, I am considered a witch. Alright. Sounds like me. I'm a psyker after all. It's finding moment. You've been through a lot. The struggle you call life demanded it, but through all the hardships and all the triumphs, one incident stands out in your memory, which has shaped you more than anything. Alright. Unsanctioned psychers are considered to be the most serious threat to the Imperium and are ruthlessly hunted. Some go to be pressed in the service of... Okay, for most dark fate, so... Okay, declared a witch. Unsanctioned psychers are rounded up and handed over to Adeptus Astra Telepathica, where their fate is decided. Most are either selected for training by the Scholastia Psychana or sent to the black ships to feed the Astronomicon. Okay. Rogue Psychers that are not slain outright are either sent to the Emperor's table via black ships or taught to control their powers under a grueling regime of... Okay. Mutant, whether warped by genetic defect against taints. Psychic awakening. Are mutants who use their powers to draw power from the warp. Many are blissfully unaware of the power within until they experience a psychic awakening, after which they are often shunned from society or even haunted. Okay. Captured. Many fates worse than death. For some, there is no nightmare like being captured by cultists. They're taken to study hard labor. Okay, the voices. Most occupations, hearing voices would be considered a sign of madness. However, in some, the messages are a source of inspiration. Commune with the God Emperor. I'll go with that one. Fortune telling, hearing voices. Oh dear. What's going on here? Male, female. Not sure how much customization we're gonna get here. I don't know. It's fine. It seems like a lot of my abilities are blue. Go with some blue eyes. This would be both eyes. I can make them different colors, huh? Make that one blue. This one a different blue. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, that just blacks out one of them. Okay. The lighter blue. All right. Here. No. Oh. Eh, whatever. Weird little scruff in the front there. That hairline. Little things. Yeah, we'll go with the danglies. That's fine. Facial hair. Fine. Okay, so that. Interesting. Want to go with the tattoo? Damn, some fortune-telling weirdo. What says fortune-telling weirdo? That was a bit much. That's not bad. It's just eyeshadow, though, really. Blur. Let's maybe go with something on the body instead. I don't know if this really matters. I mean, certainly this is just cosmetic. So, anyway. Whatever. And both. I don't know. None of those speak creepy space madness to me. Scars. Everybody in 40k is pretty darn busted. That's fine. Right. Maybe less friendly fire from small. Cool. Personality. Life choices mold you to be the person you are today. There's been happiness in your life, sure, but you're left with plenty of scars, and not just the physical kind. This is what you have become. I said I was a seer or something like that, right? But let's hear the voices. Or, no, here we go. Hello, I set my expectations. I can always get worse. Lifetime spent in the mire, hiding from the witch seekers and the bigots of the most desolate places the Imperium of Man has to offer. Forced to sell my incomparable skills to smugglers, hive gangers, bounty hunters, and all their blockhead ilk merely to survive. Alas, such has always been the way for my kind. If we are not slain out of hand, dissected, drafted, and dragged aboard unmarked vessels, never to be seen again. Okay. The Savant.
I should have known the enforcers would not tolerate me forever. My skills, they valued, but my nature, that they despised. I was a convenience, one who could glean truths they could not, who could follow a trail of evidence like a shining path when all others remained blind to its existence. And all of it asking nothing in return. That I brought closure to the grieving, and the guilty to the penitent's pyre was my reward.
Alright. The names here kind of goes along with what I've done so far, but let's hear how he sounds.
I've dreamed many dreams before, but never like this. They're normally nicer, with delicious food and flowers and comforting colors. Oh, and songs to warm the heart and lighten the soul. I like songs, but there isn't any music in this dream. Everything's loud and angry and has sharp teeth. My beloved insisted I am not to worry, that the dream and everything within it will unfold precisely as it should. I'm sure it will.
I don't know that I like how jubilant this guy sounds, but I'll go with the seer. Kind of goes with my backstory so far. Alright, this is where your life journey has led. You're a prisoner, convicted of a crime that you may not have committed. May or may not have committed, but guilt is irrelevant at this point. Innocence proves nothing. Okay. Misplaced faith. Makes me green. So powerful are the upper figures of the Adeptus Ministorum that to draw their ire by questioning their faith or worldly habits is to invite a death sentence. Alright. Insubordination. Disobedience, real or implied, to imperial authorities enough to earn demotion, prison, or death. Sedition. Makes me blue. Overtly seditious conduct, ranging from disrespectful speech to mass organization with intent to protest, is all considered part of tendency toward rebellion against the established order, and that is something the Imperium will not tolerate. Dereliction of duty. Yellow. Punishment for dereliction of duty is often death, but in some cases, sentence is waived in exchange for service in a penal battalion, or worse. Yeah. I mean, with the way that guy's voice sounded, dereliction makes sense. Okay, a name. You were born on Crucis. At a young age, you survived the bloody throne ritual to join the militia sect known as the Emperor's Scions. Initiates into the cause were treated harshly, but your many hardships only tempered your faith and resilience. About the time of your coming age, you began to see murky visions of the future. You used this talent to eke out a living, telling fortunes in the dark alleys of hab blocks. One day, the voice of the Emperor spoke in your mind and told you to dedicate your life to his service. You run afoul of a superior from the upper hive and were wrongfully accused of abandoning your post. Because the superior's testimony was suspect, the tribunal ordered hard labor over death, and so you are sent to the prison ship, the Tancred Bastion. You're aboard the Tancred Bastion en route to Atoma Pry. And my name is... I was going to say like Reginald. Something silly. Yeah. Call him Yuri. Yuri. Oh, man, it doesn't keep the thing there. Yuri. Yuri. Yeah. That works for me. In we go. Sure. It's beta after all. So they give you a loading screen. Not sure. Okay, so I can just scroll through these. The Emperor bestows upon us the gift of intolerance. Praise be the Golden Throne. From the Golden Throne he watches all. Oh.
This is the Psychonium, a place of torture. I mean, training. Shall we start?
You can chain light or heavy attacks in any order. Chain attacks at different angles of attack and damage properties. So, some of the Vermintide. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now, one of those made a sound. Was that a crit? That sound and that red must be crits. So it's a slash. Okay. And then click blocks. That's pretty snappy. Okay, jumping, dodging, can't dash forward, makes sense. Hold to sprint, and it uses stamina. Okay, and then, alright, so there is a push attack. Looks like it is a stab, which, let's block. So heavy attacks are just holding. So it's a 2. Okay. So interestingly, the push attack is unique. It's not part of one of the other chains. Alright. Delicious. Okay. Good, good. Alright.
Look for the right moment to use your weapon's special attacks. Trust me.
Alright. Hey. Doesn't matter where I hit them. Okay. Oh, yeah, that takes off their head. I see my peril building up.
Surrounded, push enemies away to control the flow of combat.
My peril bar is going down. I must have to have a staff to... Actually, I don't know if you can make it go down like Sienna could, actually, so... Push. Couple shoves. Would be enough. Psykers always have access to psychic abilities. Build peril. Too much peril is lethal. Meditate to cue peril. How do I meditate? Oh, let's see. So, charge on target. Charge power. Interesting. So, holding R quells peril. Looks like you have to hold it for quite a while. This left click charges on a target. Right click just charges it like this, and then you can left click to hit something. Okay. Make your peril go down. It starts going much faster after a little bit of time. So, yeah, so I can charge it up without targeting an enemy. Look at him. Boom. And it looks like the peril meter keeps going up even when it's at full charge. So if I do this and I haven't fully charged it, it's like they just have a little bit of a headache. Doesn't really kill them. Interesting, interesting. Alright, so let's charge her up. You did. Pop. Knock enemies back. So use combat ability to unleash a shockwave. Oh yeah, so I have to have some peril for that. Derby, derby, derby. Let's see how much of it clears. Boom. Okay. Looks like it has decent range.
Taking hits is better than relying on armor. Keep moving. Make it a dance. I like dancing.
Okay. Dodge melee attack. Timing like I'm not too bad. Let's see. Enemy attacks initially damage your toughness. Once your toughness is broken, they damage your health. Okay.
Push through the pain forever. Shelter until you recover.
So, killing enemies in melee replenishes toughness. Each nearby teammate also grants toughness regeneration. Is this a friend? No. So, squad coherency. So yeah, coherency must be proximity. We see that there. Feels good. Okay, so a little bit of health, basically. Alright, Brant. There's this blue aura. Oh, that refills it really quick when you're close to your buddies. Alright. I mean, first time here. Let's see. What's advanced training? Heavy attack.
Push enemies and follow up with a quick attack to take advantage.
Interesting. So it's like I have a force block, and then I can push them when I have a. This is probably a force sword, I guess.
Keep your team alive for as long as you can. Keep them healed, and maybe they'll do the same for you.
Pick up an ammo crate. Pick up meds. Okay, she's gonna have one or the other. And 3. So it looks like that's on my right over there. So 1, 2, 3. So 1 is just my psychic nonsense, I guess. And then hold this to deploy. Alright. Heal up. We can have one or the other of those. Restore my health. I gotta refill my own ammo, so you have to hit E to do that.
Fallen teammates are captured by the heretics. You should probably free them.
Brand's having a bad day.
Once corruption overwhelms you, well, we won't talk anymore. I will, but you won't hear it.
Up to the Emperor's mercy. Oh. Help, Brand. Alright. Looks like I have a purple.
Navigation stations are everywhere. Alas, not all of them are working properly.
Heavy object. Inserted in here. Heal and cleanse. Okay. Feel so much better now.
You can alert your team to priority targets if you're feeling helpful. I never am.
Okay.
Sprint from cover to cover. It hurts less than getting shot, I'm told.
So while you're so sprint, slide. Sprint, slide. Okay.
If heretics are fighting you in close combat, they're not shooting your squad. That's nice, isn't it?
Alright, handled.
The enemy don't know you can't aim. Start shooting, and they'll run for cover.
I wonder if I'm more accurate or less accurate when the thing's sideways. It's weird. Shoot while suppressed. Alright.
We have now covered the basics. And you are very basic.
Take no comfort, there is none. Sounds about right. Alright, seems like that was the tutorial. Here I am. Got a new video card coming. Fortunately, it's coming after the beta ends, so this should look a lot nicer. Especially on the default settings here, but yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully playing with some buddies. Cheers.